Good morning class, myself Mrs. Monica Parit. Welcome to my science class. We have started with the second chapter, standard 7, chapter number 2, plant structure and function. Till the date we have learned root, types of root, functions of root, stem, function of stem, leaf, type of leaf, working of leaf, and arrangement of leaf on a stem in a different manner. We have also seen the venation method, that is reticulate venation and parallel venation. Today we are going to start with the part of plant flower. Flower is also important part of plant. Now we are going to see the parts in the flower and what are their functions. Now on the screen you are able to see one picture. For this we have took the hibiscus flower. We are fully opened hibiscus flower we will take to identify the parts of it and to understand the working of them. Flowers may have long or short stalk called pedicel. Pedicels is the downside portion. You can observe here green, a stick downside is given, it's the pedicel. It is connected to the stalk and one end is swollen. One end is connected to the stem of it and one end is swollen. One end of pedicel is attached to the stem. The other end of the pedicel is expanded and swollen. You can see that swollen part over here. It is called as receptacle. It's given labeling also, you can observe. It's called receptacle. Petals and other parts of flower are supported on the receptacle. Which are that other parts? They are calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium are the different parts of flower which will be supported on the receptacle. Now we are going to see these parts one by one. Calyx. In a bud condition, the petals are covered by the leaf-like part called the sepals, which are green in color and they are from calyx. A green coating of a small leaves to the bud for the protection purpose is called as calyx. I'll show you one image for this. See the calyx. The green part which is covering the bud for the protection purpose is called as calyx. They are green in color, and later on when initially it is fully covered, the bud is fully covered with these green leaves. Later on, as the size of the bud goes on increases, it's get sections on it and it will be a small part on the flower. So what calyx is? Calyx is in a bud condition, the petals are covered by the leaf part called as sepals, which is for the protection purpose, and it is known as the calyx. Next we have as corolla. This is made up of colorful part called petals. The colorful part in the flower is as petals. The petals of different flowers are different in size, shape, color, smell. Even the numbers are vary among these. This is called as corolla. It is the colorful part of flower which attract the insects towards it. Next, we are going to take a short review of androecium and gynoecium. Again in further slides I will explain you in this detail. Next we have androecium and gynoecium. Androecium is the male reproductive part. It consists of stamen and it is made up of anther and filament. That I am going to show in detail with the slides. The male reproductive part means the in the flower for the reproduction there is a male and female, both reproductive parts are there in some flower. In some flower only the male and some flower only female reproductive parts are available. Here we have took the hibiscus flower which contains the both male and female reproductive part. Among this the androecium is the male reproductive part of flower. It consists of stem. What is stamen? That I will show you with the image. Each stamen is made up of anther and filament. Next we have as gynoecium. Gynoecium is the female reproductive part of flower. It consists of carpel and it is made up of, that carpel is made up of stigma and style. Now see the image for the details. Downside you can see the androecium, a stick-like structure. This is androecium. It consists the anther and filament, and that stigma, style, ovary are the part of gynoecium, a female reproductive part. Downside you can see the pedicels, which is swollen at one end, which is connected to the one end of the stem. Calyx, which is the green leaf structure. Corolla, the colorful petals of flower. It is the typical structure of flower. If we again bisect it, means the bisection here, vertical bisection, if we take off this, we will get to know the different parts of it. Which are they? Flower contain essential parts and non-essential parts. Now what is meant by essential and non-essential? Means those without the part which reproduction will not be possible are called as essential parts, and non-essential part, they are not taking the part in the reproductive process, are non-essential parts. So who are they? Androecium and gynoecium are directly involved in the reproduction, so they are the initial part. Non-initial, they are not involved in reproductive, like corolla and calyx. Now we will go with the first part, androecium, which consists of stamen, that is male reproductive part. It looks like this. Stamen contain anther and filament. Anther is the at the edge of it. The anther you can observe as in a hibiscus flower, that upside yellow, very like powder like structure is called as anther of it, and the filament, a sticky portion on which the anther has supported. Female reproductive part, also called as pistil. It consists of style, stigma and ovary. Stigma is the portion where the polygrains are land. Style is the supportive system for the stigma, and ovary where the polygrains will capture and the egg structure is present over there. When the anther, polygrains are transferred from the anther to the female part, that time they fall on the upside portion, that is the stigma, and by the tube-like structure of a style they will come down to the ovary portion. So in this topic we have learned in a sexual reproduction in plant, the flowers reproduce structure is like this. They contain the male and female organ. The male organ is nothing but the stamen, and the female sex organ we are called as a pistil. Which things we have learned? A female part contains the stigma, style, ovary, and the male portion contains the anther and filament. Here the caption is given as egg. Egg is in the ovule. Ovule structure of the flower, egg will ferment. That outer covering is called as embryo sac. After maturity, anther burst and polygrains which are released fall on the stigma. You can observe the stigma as I shown you. This process is called as pollination. Due to pollination, ovules, that is egg cell in an ovary, get fertilized. Fertilized ovules from the seed forms the seed and ovary develops into a fruit. This whole process is belongs for the pollination. Pollination will happen with the same flower or also it will be with the another flower when the anther fall onto the another flower stigma. We will see one supportive video for this which will give you the better understanding of
Our topic for today is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Let us learn about the male and female reproductive parts of flowering plants. Stamen is the male reproductive part of the flower. It consists of the anther and the filament. The anther produces pollen grains. Each matured pollen grain contains a tube cell consisting of a tube nucleus. And two male gametes. Carpel is the female reproductive part of the flower. Top part of the carpel is called the stigma. Stigma is supported by the style. Base part of the carpel is the ovary. Ovary contains one or more ovules. Each ovule has a female gamete. Flowers that contain both male and female reproductive parts are called bisexual flowers. Hibiscus and rose are some examples of bisexual flowers.